there's a fun song, or there's not. Well, there's a. It actually is a kind of a fun song, even though like the name, called the Dead Horse Shanty, which it's the whole thing referring to like, it's like when you when you buy a horse, like horse trading,
right,
back in the day, there's a thing where once the deal is done, once the money has changed hands, that's it. No takesies-backsies.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's, if the horse dies immediately after the transaction has happened, that's your bad luck. And so back in the day, if you're a sailor, you were usually given your first month's pay before you, like when you joined up, before the ship leaves. But often that was lost. Either you spend it, or like the guy who recruits the sailors takes the first month pay, or you get scammed out of it or something, because you have a bunch of these guys who suddenly have a bunch of money, and so often you would get onto the ship and not have that money anymore,
right? And
so you were basically working your first month of the ship for free. And so the metaphor was that you're dragging a dead horse.
Oh, okay.
You're carrying a dead horse,
right?
And then after your first month is done, then you can get rid of the dead horse. And in fact, apparently, they actually sometimes would do like a thing, like you have like a simulacrum of a horse that they throw overboard.
Oh,
in a celebration that you're no longer dragging the dead horse. So there's a shanty called the Dead Horse Shanty. It's about it's like it goes sort of, poor old man came riding by, and we say so, and we know so. Poor old man came riding by, oh poor old man. Says, "Aye, old man, your horse will die." It's sort of talking about all this stuff about this sort of dead horse as a metaphor, and then it's like we're gonna throw the horse off the boat and all this stuff. But then that shanty has been sung by many people over the times, and the metaphor, the idea of the like horse trading and the metaphor and stuff seems to have gotten a little bit mixed up, in the sense that there's a lot of verses for it that just seem to be like it's actually a horse, like a real horse. They're like, we're gonna use we'll use the hair of his tails to mend our sails, use the iron of his shoes to make deck nails, and all this stuff, where it's like, I feel like the metaphor is starting to get a little strained here. Do you think they actually have a horse, that they're actually bringing a horse onto the ship?
or is the idea that they're trying to be like,
and so they're just thinking of like horse things now?
Because I guess you could try to say that the idea is we're going to stretch this metaphor, because we're trying to say that all the components of you having no pay, we're actually seasoning you into a sailor. We're converting the dead horse, the work that that which does not exist, the thing that's been sitting around your neck, that's weighing you down. It's like, but you're going to throw that off. Why? Because you're going to work on this ship. You're going to turn those things into something useful. You're going to learn how to be a better sailor. And you didn't make any money off that. That was your training fee, essentially.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of exploitation going on. Too, right? Where you have. There's a song, I think I've sang it in a previous thing called "Pay Me the Money Down."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
where
I love that one.
Yep.
We just thought, it's about not only the sailors being like, hey, we're back into shore now, pay me the money, but it's also about everybody else in a dock being fed up with sailors wanting credit because they don't have the money yet.
Yeah.
Because they don't get the money until like the end of the voyage.